Hello, everyone. Tuesday night, football night, and you know what? You won't believe the day I've had. The day I've had is, and it's gone right up until now. I've been hacked, so I can't use Messenger. I can't use Instagram. I can't use Facebook or anything. I've lost everything because of this hack. Whoever the prick is, I've lost everything, and I mean everything. So I can't messenger everyone. So if you send me any messages through Messenger, which I do get quite a lot, I can't answer because I'm not. I've lost everything. I've lost, as I said, I can't. It's just been an horrendous day for me. Anyway, I'll get back to you, lads. Yusuf, what shall we talk about? Our loss to Preston, rumours of Trent getting a deal of 3k a week, 300k a week, contract renewals, or Kamala Harris, take your pick. I think we'll be talking about Kamala Harris tomorrow night, Yusuf, on this show I'm doing tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. I think you'll be in bed like the rest of you. Even Frankie Boy says Daryl Merry. Evening, Daryl. Cubo rumours, says Yusuf. Yeah, you know, I'm not being funny, but to me, this lad, Cubo, is another Minamino. Another Minamino. I think there are a lot of better players out there than my money, for the money you cost. And Daryl says Youssef FSG will clash Trent's and Virgil's new contracts as signing, and I'm telling you now, we won't see a signing. And he carries on by saying, simply can't go into this season with Enzo and Stefan and with Karate and his injury records. We need a centre back. What is Edwards, Hughes and Cole actually doing here? Good point. And Paul Turner, good evening, Frank. Hope you're okay. We've had better weather here in Liverpool today for a change. I haven't moved out. I've been. It's just been absolutely horrendous for me. It really has. It's been horrendous for me. I can't get onto my Facebook account. I can't do this. I can't do that. And it's so sad. I can't use Messenger. I can't, I don't know who these people are, to be honest. I don't know who they are, hacking. Why do they do this? And um, whatever they've said, I've been suspended. It's not me, but whatever these people have been saying, I've been suspended by Facebook and Instagram, and I've got 180 days to appeal. But I was trying to appeal later on, and when you click a thing, that comes up because I said, it's either like the problems you've had and why you're suspended, and I said hacked. Nothing. It's just social networking. And that'll yet exactly what will happen. We'll just neglect our midfield as well. We need a DM. That's a top priority. They're saying 3 weeks, so sit back and let other clubs steal our targets. Well, two went to Manchester, didn't they? Man United. It's just nuts. And does FSG hack you, Frank? Most probably. but I came back. So, Jesus, Frank, that's terrible. Sorry to hear that. I just can't. I can't contact anybody unless you've got my email, unless you've got my phone number. I can't contact, messengers. A messenger, I can't contact anybody. And I've got a delivery coming within the next hour. And I've got no one on tonight. JK, unfortunately, has broke his arm and he's at hospital. So I'm on my own tonight. The doctor, there he is. JK. What does he say? Oh, yeah. I wonder if you can see that. There's his arm in plaster, see? He's just put that through. He's just put that through, and that's sad. So sad. But he said he'd be with us on Thursday. Steve, you never walk alone. Hi, Frank. Hi, Steve. And Carlyle, at 100%. Thank you. Jamie Phillips. Good evening, Frank. Good evening, Jamie. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, mate. It's just nuts. I don't think Jamie's ever been on his own. Yeah, he has, but I don't think he's ever been on his own. There's always people wanting to get onto his show, which is great, Don't get me wrong. Happened to me last year, Frankie. All my photos of Austin and my wedding, it was heartbreaking. Yeah, says Darryl. That's shocking. It is shocking. Frank, you need to lead the FSG out protest. Look, there's not one on here, I'm being honest, that's ever said they want FSG out. All I want FSG to do is to invest. Invest. That's all. If they invested to be super owners. And all this nonsense about, if you could imagine building the COP, they want to build the COP now. How long will that take? He was only putting a stand above the Annie Rose fair stand. It's still not finished. You see, so I don't know, people. I just don't know. Paul saying, it says Wales we live in, you wouldn't cocoa. Paul, you wouldn't cocoa, mate. Terrell says, get well, JK. Yes. Get Fozzie on the show. I can't. There's no contacts. It's just nuts. It's just nuts because what you have like JK, he contacts them and he brings them on. I can't. Jason, the producer, he just sets everything up and he's working on this thing, that I'm going through now. All this hacking business. He's working on that. And so there's only JK and he's in hospital. George, I don't know where George is gone. He might be on holiday, George. Might be on holiday. Get well soon, JK, says Paul Taylor. He'll be listening in, on his little iPhone in hospital. Oh, Paul Beck. Good evening, Frank. A fucking night. Oh, thanks, Paul. Nightmare for you, but hey, stay strong. We get through this. Yeah. Yes. it's so sad. See, the thing is, what I'm worried about is losing all my photos of my granddaughter and being with my granddaughter at her first game with me at Anfield against the Southampton team, in the FA Cup. We were sitting there. Great photo of me and Sophie. First game with her granddad. But she's been with her mother, she has been before. And she loves Mo Salad. And she loves Trent. She loves Trent. And she wants Trent's shirt because I'm getting them 2 tickets for the Seville game. So I said I'll get her that shirt, to go the game with Trent. So it was made up, but I'll have lost them photographs because I'll have to make a new account and I'll have to tell the likes of you people, to make friend, the way they put a friend request. I'll just accept it. As long as they're not hackers. And so they went through Instagram and I hardly use Instagram. In fact, I hardly use Facebook. So they went through Instagram apparently. JK, football and goalkeeping career over. Oh yeah, he was a goalie, wasn't he? He plays out as well, He's an outfield player as well. And Steve says, FSG invest in themselves. Of course they do. Of course they do. Darryl says, only got my phone, but I have a link, Frankie, if you want company and a cuddle. You're the wrong sex, to be honest. You're the wrong sex for cuddles. Most salad pics, yeah. K-Mac got his mate to do a show and he's disrespect Fozy channel. Still throwing his toy, baby, K-Mac still throwing his toys out the pram from your show. See, it's all about opinions. That's all. It's like this lad, Kudo. I think he's another Minamino. And most probably some people say, I've never seen him, I've never heard of him. Never heard of him. And some people will go, oh, well, yeah, he's great, I've seen him, and all this. But I can't argue because I've never seen him. And all I can say is, I haven't seen him. I've never seen him. You see what I mean? And that's the way it is. It's just opinions. And, if people disagree, people disagree. If people agree, people agree. It's like a Midnight Toker when he was on the other night. He says, we disagree and we agree and whatever. And that's the way it should be. Of course, because someone else said, if you're just following the same narrative, it's a waste of time. But we do agree. Look, someone said to me, what about the coming season? And you look at the Preston game, and most of there was a few first teamers playing in that game, a few first teamers, and we got beat by a championship side. So I can't really say what the season holds for us. And I didn't want them to go to America. To be honest, I would rather have them played in Europe. But it's a money spin for guess who? Going to America. Who's it the money spin for? It only needs one guess for that. Paul Turner. My laptop got hacked 8 years ago and I lost all my photos as they wanted money to get them back. I've lost everything. I've lost everything. So the people, they are people, the criminals, because they want money. And as apparently the message that I was sending out through this Bitcoin, whatever it is, was wanting, me, like they said that, like this is supposed to be me. I got like thousands, and if you want some of that, send me £500 or dollars or whatever it is, and I'll make you a lot of money. That's what it's supposed to be. And people knew that. I'll tell you why they knew as well. It's because I hardly go on Facebook. I never ever ask anyone for anything. Never have done. I went on yesterday, because a little thing came up, a little memory from last year. And, like a photograph, and, they wanted me to put another one on. I put another one. It was Francine and my daughter. And I put the other picture on of Francine when she was a baby. And I just said, make the most of life because time flies. And a good friend of mine, Carlo Muscatelli, he said, you're right. We lose family and friends. And they've gone all of a sudden, they've just gone. So we have to make what we can of life. I said, precisely. And that's all I was trying to explain. And the next, someone hacked me. Woke up this morning. Someone attacked me. And it's gone worse. It's gone from bad to worse because now I've lost everything. It's whatever they've said because it says here, your Facebook account, I've got another monitor here, you see. Your Facebook account was suspended because your Instagram account doesn't follow our rules. Now, I hardly go on Instagram. I don't mention anything. I don't do it. And sometimes it comes up, you've got new followers. Who are these people? So the new followers is one of them who's acting through Instagram and then did the Facebook thing. I'm having a slurp of my tea. Salute him. Judge Red, get ready for a few beatings in the USA with that squad. Glad I'll be tucked up in bed seeing that they're all 12:30 a.m. kickoffs. I haven't got LFC TV. I won't pay anything to them. I pay enough to go to the game. I'd give nothing to LFC TV. So if it's on that, I won't be seeing it. Unless, it's streamed somewhere that you'll be able to see. Rumour is Gordon told Newcastle he wants to join LFC. Eddie Howe wants Dom in exchange. No, I don't want Gordon. I do not want him. Did you see the way he celebrated when he scored against us last season? No. Played for Everton as well. Not against Everton, but do we really want him? No, we keep John. John's a good player, and we need a midfield. We need another midfielder. We need another DM. The only player, if we're going to get a forward, we've got enough forwards. We've got forwards who score goals. We score goals, and it's the bloody defence that needs strengthening. I don't care what anyone says. It's the defence. We need a DM. We need a top quality DM. That'll solidify midfield. And Szoboszlai, he'll be able to play in his rightful position. And so will McAllister. They'll play in the rightful positions if we have a solid, top class defensive midfielder. I would have loved that Polina, I would have loved him. I said get him 2 years ago. Fulham at selling. Get him. I would have loved him. I would have liked Ugarte as well. But where did he go? Where did he go? To a team that shall not be named. Yeah, I felt for Fosu. He was really upset earlier. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Never watched it. I was too busy. Someone's watching him, and he just said that K-Mac's a fucking arsehole. Must have watched him. And it's not one I use, by the way. And this is my WhatsApp thing. WhatsApp, good job, that's going. Because I have a literature class. That's what they messaged me on that, and I messaged them. If that gone, that would have been the end of it. I said to Jason, I'm being honest, I'm fed up with this. I've been hacked about 4 or 5 times in the last couple of years, but this is the worst one. And I said, I'm going to swear now. I said, fuck it, I'm not bothered anymore. I said, I'm packing us up. I said, I don't need this. It's stressful, And I said, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore. Which one of you would come on with me? Now. Anyway, if all night, George is not here in JK. If all night. Excuse me. I'll tell you what this message is. It's really having a go at K-Mac, I haven't seen it because I know he's looking in, he's not commenting. I haven't seen it. Ed though, mate, through a mate. OPS this, not a scouser, because he tries to say he's a scouser, doesn't he? Doubt he's even a fucking red mate. Sorry for swearing. A red mate, just a plant on the payroll of the Americans. See, that's how upset. That's how he's upset people. But he won't care, He won't care. But no one can change the narrative on here because it's not just me, it's yours. And there's Jamie. There's Jamie who says, who disrespected Fosu channel? I haven't a clue. And Zorro says, I never mentioned names, Jamie, but he was upset by it. And Jamie says, I will check on him. Well, Jamie's like that, at least, he will check. He will check. George Sefton there. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry if I missed out on a few because Jamie was trying to answer them. The judge says, get ready for a few beatings in the USA with that squad. Glad I'll be tucked up in bed seeing. Of course, of course. I've read that, haven't I? Okay, let's get down because I have to see about Jamie. Paul Taylor says, if he can't deal with our opinions and starts throwing a tantrum and storms off the show, then we don't want people on the show like that. I'm not a fan of him, but that's just me. Don't want Anthony Gordon. We have Lufo, says Daryl Merry. Absolutely. A 40-yard goal. Who the hell was the keeper in that Preston game? Says Yusa. I think he was the third choice, wasn't he? Wasn't Kelleher? I don't know. Was it that young Brazilian lad? I think it was that young Brazilian lad. Excuse me. And Judge read this US tour is for the owner's benefit. That's what he says. There's 60 million euros for Kubo. Doubts FSG will go for that before that. But let's see. Would you pay? Let's be honest. Would you pay 60 million euro for it? I wouldn't. Don't know. And those, like when you see on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook and all that, and they're saying, follow the Reds and whatever. And one of them says, we're going after some fella in Sweden, the new Suarez. The new Suarez from Sweden. And there was one that was like 5 days before on Facebook. And it was about this lad. Come on, we're signing him. So I just, like I just said, have we signed him yet from 5 days ago? It's all clickbait, what they want. It's all clickbait. We were leaking goals last season because of the fact we didn't have a quality. Yes, says Yusuf, DM. Enzo's all right, but there's a difference between all right and world class. Yes. Even Enzo himself said, I wouldn't mind being like a backup. Because the lad knows his qualities. He knows his strengths. And for him to say that, a world-class defensive midfielder that can protect the back four and become less susceptible to counter-attacks. Spot on. Spot on, you sir. FSG by a quality left back and defensive mid, we will let in less goals. Can you talk about the left back, by the way, position? We know that we need a defensive mid, but what about the left back position? And what about the right back position? Would you still like to see Trent there, or would you like to see him moved into midfield? Because I think Bradley I've just been watching Bradley, and when he scored that goal against Chelsea, and the few assists he had as well, and a couple of shots that he had which just went over, just missed. See, we have quality in the likes of Bradley. We have quality in the likes of Quansah. And I'll tell you one other quality player, but he's hardly getting he hardly got a chance under Jurgen. And that was that young Dans. I think that lad is top quality. He will score goals here. I'm not saying now, you know what I mean, but I'd like him to get more minutes in the coming season. I think he's great. He can pass a ball as well. He can pass a ball. And he can score. And he's good with his head. But you're right there, Steve. If you got a left back, I'd like you there. I'd like your comments. Is Robbo? Is there better players out there than Robbo? That's all I'm saying. Brian, evening Frank, mate, and all the lads. Yes, most teams play with a number 6. Maybe Slot isn't going to go down that road. Maybe a different system. No, you've got to out. I understand that, but we need a DM. This is the system. This is, we're getting used to. So listen, like Jason's put that up for me just in case. If you need to get in touch with me, if you can't get it through otherwise, email us on FC.Liverpool pod@gmail.com. It's going up there until everything's sorted out. I really was going to pack it up, I've had enough of this. I'm not doing this. George Seth. Evening, Frank. Hope you're well. Glad to hear Alexis wasn't involved in the horrible Argentina song. I hope they throw the book at those involved. No to racism. Racism must be the rule. Look, I don't think, shouldn't use that terminology now. Liverpool, the fans of Liverpool are not racist, George, you know that, don't you? They're not racist, we're not racist. And, if the fans of Argentina, where, whatever racism and everything was being sheltered or sheltered, you can't blame Alexis for that. You can't. Whatever was said, it's like anything else. Suppose we bought that Palmer, for example. I like that Palmer, Chelsea. Chelsea had to get rid of players, and we ended up buying that Palmer. Do you think you could tarnish him with what the Chelsea fans chant out? And that's the way it works. That's just me, though. That's just my opinion. Steve Evans. doesn't hold back. Even though Ed Slot said they will look at transfers after the USA tour. Hang on, he's got nothing to do with transfers, has he? And that's a fact. That is a fact. It's whether, I think K-Mac the other night when he was on, the brief time he was on, said that I mentioned about, I think Steve as well, mentioned, and I mentioned before though, um, about Edwards, coming to Liverpool, and he said he doesn't work for Liverpool. And that was do you get me? What he said? He doesn't work for Liverpool. The fuck does he work for? That was the most inane comment I've ever heard in my life. He doesn't work for Liverpool. And don't forget, that Hughes who we brought in. He's just all, supposed to do the buying and everything else. It's his mate. Don't you think he's here? Listen, yeah, I get in the office here. Don't you think he's going to do that? And talk about possible transfer. Pathetic. Doesn't work for Liverpool. So remember that he doesn't work for Liverpool. Fucking hell. Yaros was the goalkeeper, says Daryl Merry. We let that goal in. Daryl says, I'd rather have him as well. I'd love him. I'd love our Sheila. I'd rather have him. I've followed him for about 3 years. It's brilliant. We could have had him 3 years ago. They're Napoli, from Naples, that is. We could have had them from Napoli. Brilliant. And Steve says, Kubo, a young talented player, will be a star in a few years. I can't argue with you. Steve. I really can't because I've never seen the lad, never heard of him. It's just like Slot. I've never heard of Slot in my life. I've heard of other continental managers in Europe. I've heard of them. Never heard of Slot, so I can't judge Slot. I really can't judge Slot. The only time I'll ever judge him is at the end of next season. And then, if he wins nothing and we're awful or whatever, someone will say, well, Paisley didn't win anything in his first season. Jürgen didn't win anything in his first season. So that's, it's all preempt. It really is. There's all on a preamble before we start. Brilliant. Steve Evans is coming on. I'll have to get Jason to tell him. Send him a excuse me. I've got to send Jason a message to send him a link because I can't do it, you see. Brilliant. He's up with that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. At least I can text. You know what I mean? That's untouched. I still get the pain here. Don't want Sepp Vandenberg here. What he said, if Jürgen was here, Sepp would gone for what he said. If Jürgen was here, Jürgen was, he said he would have got rid of him for what he said. Whatever he said, don't know. George said, Bradley is quality, and I'm not saying that because I'm Irish too. He is quality. Daryl Merry messaged me today, and this is before all my messaging went, by the way. And he said about Bradley, no, about Trent. And I said, well, Bradley, I'd love him at left, at right back, but no one's mentioned there. Yeah, it's done. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Love Jay. Oh, brilliant. Might get Fozy on, but it'll have to come through Twitter, X. Isn't that brilliant? Oh, brilliant. Yes, do me. Sorry about this, people. Yeah, so you're right, George. I love the lad. Really true. Steve says, left back position, sell Simikas, make Robbo back up, buy a new left back for the starting 11. My choice, first choice, left back is Jarl Hatto. Is that how you pronounce his name? From Ajax. There you go. Sorted. I'm glad someone meant it. I'm glad, that people are, I'm not saying questioning, but I think they're concerned now about Roberts. I've been concerned for 2 years, being honest. 2 years. Where's my thing? There it is, over there. That's a good choice there, Stay, lad. That's it. That's a good one, a left back. But I think we need a left-sided centre back as well. Whether you agree with me or not. Whether you agree. See, I've always said we don't need forwards. All our forwards can score goals. We don't need them. We don't need to bring anyone in. I don't care who they are. But I like that lad from Napoli with the unpronounceable name. And I can't even spell it. I don't know how Daryl spells it. I'd love him. I would. But we don't need forwards. We need a defensive midfielder, and we'll be well happy. We'll be well on our way. I don't know what happened there. Jason sorted things out for me. Disappeared. I think he's trying to get Fozzy on. Oh, I know that we're on X as well, but I don't know what's happening. But anyway, I hear him back. Thank God. I think he's trying to get. I think he's trying to get the fuzz through X. Send some messages or something. See what I mean? When I don't know what's happening on that thing. I'll just leave and see it. Anyway, I won't be able to go down for this. And Judge Red, it would be good if we got a quality right-sided forward to manage Salah's games. That's good. I don't think Dunk. I agree with you. I agree with you, Judge. Some good comments here tonight, lads. Some good ones. I wish I could go down. See. And Yusuf says, is Jaden Dams going to be given a chance this season? I'd love him to. Yusuf, I'd love him to have a chance. I really would. I really would. And Jason's going to let me little thing, you know. Anyway, Steve says, Arne always plays with a DM. Max Vifa was his DM at Feyenoord. But what's Max Vifa like? That's how you pronounce his name, Vifa. I know. Have I got enemies on that bloody Facebook? Must have loads of enemies. Yeah, not loads, one or two. Who'd like to whack me. People who know how to whack. What's he hacking me? Frank, it was the Argentina players singing racist songs, not the fans. I didn't know that, George. I didn't know that. I don't think he would. To be honest, Alexis, that is. And Francine says, listen, boys and boys. My daughter Francine says, do you think Trent is gone? Or do you think, he's going to go? The rumours is that, again, rumours, it's like me saying, they've offered him 300k. I can't say that because I don't know. And, people say, well, what about getting players in? What about getting players in? Well, agents do all the talking and that. You've got mobile phones. And the people who buy them, mobile phones. So why do they do it? Why don't they just phone each other up? See what I mean? Listen, you're interested in my player, I believe. I watched it on YouTube. I watched it on Facebook. You're interested. Think about it. I'm just made up with this, like this because, like our Francine said, do you think Trent will go, or do you think, or has he gone? Because you've seen how upset he was when Jurgen left. He was so upset. That was his mentor. He was like the daddy of his footballing career. He's gone. He's out the club. And that's all our Francine is saying. Also, what you've got how can I put this? You know, you've got the likes of like the owners, and if they seen like 100 million for Trent, whether Trent wants to go or not, he'd be sold. But I'll tell you what, if I was Trent, being honest here, I'd stick out because his contract's up next year. And if he wants to go, just run his contract out and he'll get all that money. But whatever he's got anyway, he's set up for him. And that's me now. But Trent wants to be a Liverpool captain. He's been at the club since he was 5 or 6 years of age. All he sees is red. That's all he sees. The lads only sees red. It's Jamie Phillips. It's Jamie. Excellent stuff. Hiya, Jamie.
Man.
It's okay?
Yeah, all right, man. I'm not too bad, as you.
All right. It was terrible last Thursday. We were saying, about K-Mac, and he just smells I'm getting off. You're talking about, but nobody, as you know, Jamie, tries to, change your narrative that's being said by the group. What's on my channel? We were talking about the stand not being finished. Think about that.
Yeah.
And he just kicked off and said, well, what do you want Martin Edwards to be fixing the screws in and all this, which is terrible.
Look,
Martin Edwards doesn't work for Liverpool. That was another thing. And, I think that's the most ridiculous, inane comment I've ever heard in my life.
He sort of doesn't. Because he works for FSG, but I understand what you're both are saying. I understand what you both are saying. Like, I think with K-Mac's just, I don't think he meant anything by it, because I spoke to K-Mac many times. He don't mean anything by it. K-Mac's just passionate, like we all are. And sometimes people go through things different ways, don't they? So I don't think he meant anything by it. He's just a passionate guy. And he might, look, none of us have to agree on things, do we? That's the whole thing, ain't it? It'd be a boring place if we all agreed, wouldn't it? It'd be a boring place.
That's what's just been said.
And I just think K-Mac, look, he's a great guy. He's just a passionate guy. He has his beliefs. You have your beliefs. And sometimes it doesn't mix. And I think it's all fair in that. Like, just move on sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Just wipe your mouths, move on, and everything's okay. Look, every Liverpool fan's a bit like that at the moment, ain't they? Let's face it, we're all a bit down in the dumps. We're all bad.
Okay, well all right, Jamie, please, can you explain why, like, you're down in the dumps? Is it because of the inactivity?
I'm not down. I'm quite cool. Like I said in my video earlier, I'm quite, look, Frank, you know me, I'm quite, if I'm pissed off, everyone's going to know about it, you know what I'm like. But
so I'm quite cool.
I'm being patient at the moment. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't mean I'm happy. Like, I think people sometimes get what I say wrong. Like, I'm being patient right now. It doesn't mean at the same time I'm like backing the owners or I'm happy or anything like that. I'm just being patient. I'm playing the long game. And if nothing happens, then I will kick off about it. But in the meantime, just being I'm playing that.
Do you think that we will sign someone?
I think we'll get 2 players in. Yeah. I think we'll get a centre back in the DM.
What positions would you prefer, though?
Centre back in the DM. Centre back in the DM. Centre back in the DM.
Everybody says a DM. Everybody.
And I've been saying, if Liverpool buy everyone but a DM, then that's a huge mistake and a mistake on their half, and they need to sort that out. A defensive midfielder just sorts out our whole team. Because if you look at the midfield quality we have, there's so many good players there. And if you just get that quality defensive midfielder, it lets the midfield express themselves a little bit more. You won't have to have Szoboszlai doing the box-to-box stuff on the right-hand side anymore. because he wouldn't need to be there. He can go and express himself further forward. You can have McAllister controlling the game, dictating play, being creative, and he can just have that enforcer behind them. So they do need to get that, I don't think. And the centre back, look, Joel Matip's left. We got, Virgil's obviously. I think Virgil will sign a new deal as well, because apparently he said today he doesn't want to go anywhere. Liverpool's where he wants to stay. And I still think Virgil's got a lot to give, perfectly honest. So you keep Virgil, you keep Canate. I think Canate's injuries will be less this season just because I don't think
we have a new medical there. But,
we've got a new medical team and the training's going to be different. And also, I don't think we're going to be as risky defending as we were under Klopp. But, I think it'd be a different kind of defensive structure. And that's not a diss at Klopp. It's just all coaches do different training and different systems. Yeah. So I think it might benefit Canate a little bit more. So if he's less injured, him and Virgil are your two centre backs. Then you got Kwanzaa there, had a breakthrough season, but you don't want to put him in too much in the spotlight. He's still a young kid. You want to let him slowly come through and learn his game. And as a squad player, he can do that perfectly. And then you've got Joe Gomez as your versatile defender who can play anywhere in the back four, right back, centre back, left back. So you just need a fifth one. If you get a fifth one, we need a left-sided player. So if Virgil wants to take a rest, you've got a left-sided centre back to come in. So I'll be after a left-sided centre back. So then I've got 5 centre back options. I've got a versatile defender in Joe Gomez. I've got 2 left backs and 2 right backs. That's good depth. And then that defensive midfielder just opens up the whole of our midfield and gives us a bit more license to go and play the way Slot probably wants us to play. So, and then with the forwards,
Jamie, someone mentioned there that about this Gordon lad from Newcastle, but how wants Szoboszlai? Would you get rid of Szoboszlai?
No, I think Szoboszlai was injured quite a lot.
Yeah,
he played with an injury. I think he played with I think at the Euros, didn't they say he had the injury at the Euros, and that's why he weren't playing so well. Yeah, I'd probably leave. I think you got to give Szoboszlai another year. I mean, he was a £60 million transfer fee, Frank. You can't just go one season and done, can you? You can't just say one season and done. And plus, I don't know about you, Frank. I just don't think he played in his best position last season. I think he did a job. No, he did. He did a job for the team and what the manager needed him to do because we didn't have the right personnel.
I think he's a great player.
Yeah, same. But Anthony Gordon, I like Anthony Gordon. I do like him. I think he is a talented boy. I think he's a talented boy.
I'd rather have that young Palmer though of Chelsea. I'd rather have him than him.
Cole Palmer's a good player as well. I like Cole Palmer.
I like him. I think he's great. He's very quick.
I think Cole Palmer's a better footballer than Jude Bellingham, personally. I really rate Cole Palmer, but he plays more of the right-hand side, don't he? And, Mo Salah plays there. So, look, Diaz and Cody Gakpo, I think, will benefit. I think Diaz will benefit more playing in a slot system where he doesn't have to be a goal-scoring winger in a slot system. He just has to be a winger, and I think that would suit Diaz in the slot system. So, as you said earlier, I think our forwards are good. I just think we need that player that maybe can come in for Mo occasionally, Frank. That's all. But we've got good options there, haven't we? We scored 86 Premier League goals last season. It's not like I know we missed hundreds, but we still scored 86 and 124 goals in total. So it's not like we're desperate. You know what I mean? So.
No, that's what I said, Jamie, before at the opener. We don't need our forwards can score. Any of them.
Yeah.
Any of our forwards can score. And I was watching something before. Jamie. When I seen, Mo Salah scored, and I forget who was against. And he went like that. The commentator said, he's just broke, every year in every competition, he scores over 20 goals, and he's just scored his 20th goal. Forget who was against. It was
7 years in a row, isn't it?
Yeah. Think about that. And yet the people saying get shut of him.
No, you can't get rid of Salah.
No, of course not.
He's our 5th all-time top goal scorer. Do you know how mad that is?
Yeah.
And he's not, Frank, he's not even a striker.
Exactly. That's what people tend to forget. He's a winger. How many other wingers have scored as many goals and breaking records every season?
And I think, and you know, when we look at wingers, we always look at winger stats for goals and assists now, don't we? It's because Salah's made it almost normal, but it's not normal. that's the problem.
Is the Foz coming on to join us?
Winger. Ah, Fozzie in the house.
Hey, Foz.
Hey,
look at his Roberto Baggio background, my favourite Italian player ever.
The best.
Oh,
the best.
See, Fozzie knows ball, see.
Roberto, yeah, the Baggio. Well, he had.
I love Roberto Baggio, man.
He had Paolo Maldini on his background, so he's a big Italian fan, actually. Same as myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Fozzie and me are quite similar ages. I think he's a few years older, but we probably grew up watching Channel 4 Italian football.
Of course, man.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and what happened to that? They just taken us off.
Oh, I used to love that. And you had that Saturday morning show, didn't you, with James Richardson? When he's always in a coffee house.
He's on BT. Was it BT Sport? Isn't it? TNT now, isn't it? Yeah.
He does the European goal show, don't he? Something like that. Yeah, that was a great time to be alive. That you got the game live every Sunday afternoon as well, didn't you? Great.
Yeah.
Well, as George said, he said news just then. Trent is signing a 300k week extension to take him to 228.
28. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to happen. This is great. I mean, this is something we want. No one wants to lose Trent.
Nah.
I think Fozzie's probably said it. I'll probably say you probably said it, Frank. Like, if we had to pick one of the three, you could pick one of the three to sign a new deal, it'd probably be Trent every time, just because of his age and what value he gives to our football club. And I think him being a Scouser, it is. People might laugh at it because they always do, but being a Scouser and captaining your home club is something special. You can't, just ask Stevie about it. It's something that no one else can say they did. It's special to you, and I feel Trent feels like in a couple of years' time he's probably going to have that captain's armband, don't he? So,
well, that's it, because if you're a Scouser, you've been at the club since you were 5 or 6 years of age. All you've seen is what you're wearing, Jamie, a red top, right through your life. Then the club comes in, he nurtures him. He does nurture him, and he's given his chance of what he is today. Why would you want to leave? Because as he knows, I don't know who said to him, one day do you know what? Oh, I forget who it was. Said to him, one day you'll be club captain. I think it was someone like Roy Evans. I'm not quite so sure, but it was someone outside, out of the backroom staff who's associated or has been associated with Liverpool. And no, it wasn't. I'll tell you who it was. It was Jamie Carragher. Jamie Carragher said, "You will be Liverpool captain."
It's about the only thing Carragher's got right, ain't it?
Yeah, well,
I'm not a big fan of Jamie Carragher.
No, but well, that coming from him.
Yeah, it gave him a bit. Yeah, I mean? Probably a hero to a young Trent, ain't it?
Yeah, of course. There's Brian, and he says, "I'd like you to answer that. I'll go to Fozzie the Foz first. Frank, do you think Gerald
I've been called a lot worse, don't worry.
Could be our most important player this season with Virgil and Konate surely pulling up." Go ahead, Foz.
Well, Kwanzaa, listen, last season Kwanzaa was brilliant. He came in, and I think most of our fan base was asking for a left-sided centre-back. And after Kwanzaa was performing last season, nobody asked for the left-sided centre-back. I think he's phenomenal, this kid. I think he's going to become better as well. The best thing about Kwanzaa, guys, he's under the tutelage of, Van Dijk. Van Dijk's there right now. Van Dijk ain't going nowhere. So as time goes on, he will probably take over that role as a leader at the back. And I like what he done last season, especially when I think they were gonna put him out on loan, and he said no, I want to fight for my position, and he stayed at Liverpool last season, and he never looked back. It's just he's young, he's gonna make mistakes, but
Of course.
he will grow out of that. It happens to all of us, man, in football. So.
Hey,
Yeah.
Virgil and Canati make mistakes now more seasons. So, you're right, Kwanzaa. Look, we heard of him in the youth academy, but I didn't really take much attention. But considering the year before he was on loan with Joey Barton, I mean, to come through the ranks and perform the way he did, I mean, was it Klopp helping him? Rinsing every bit out of him probably as well. But he's got. It's his IQ that I like more than anything else. You can tell he's a defender. Yeah. He wants to defend. He seems to have good defensive nous, brain and where to be. His positioning is pretty good. And as you say, he's made a few mistakes. And was he 19? It's his first Premier League professional season. It will happen. But what I don't want to do, I don't want to rinse him out.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why we need to get another centre back this summer, just so he can still learn as he's playing. Learn as you play. He doesn't need to go, right, we ain't going to buy anyone because we're going to put everything on you. That's just pressure he doesn't need, ain't it?
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, I like the kid, as I said, and you don't want to overextend him and all that stuff. He's just a young player, and we do need another centre back because even Matip left, Jamie. So where's Matip's replacement? That's the next step we've got to look at because Konate ain't going to be fit. We know that Konate is always going to be unavailable. It's just part and parcel of his career, and he's an injury-prone player. We saw him in the Euros. He was still on the bench. Didn't get a kick. So
I don't think he was injured at Euros. I just didn't think he played. He just went with Saliba. The thing with Konate, I said this Frank a minute ago, is that I do think Klopp's system didn't suit Konate for the amount of running he had to do at the back, and that's not a diss on Klopp or anything like that. We did play very high risk football. Our defending, our attacking is high line, our defending is high line. If you look at Arsenal, the way they defend off the ball, they almost drop back to a low to mid block, don't they? And they get very compact. I think if you put Konate in that sort of position, there's less chance of muscle injuries because he's a lump, ain't he? At the end of the day,
he is. Yeah.
And should you really need him running all the way to the bar line and chasing forwards because it's a one-on-one defending constantly? Probably not. It didn't do him good, and I think a change of system just might help him a little bit. And if he needs to rotate with Kwanzaa, no problem. You just need a left-sided player to rotate with Virgil, and then you're sweet.
Yeah.
Then you're sweet.
I think we've got to get away from the inverted role, Jamie. Jamie, I've been in your shows and I've been saying it for.
We hate the inverted.
I said it's just. Like once he ggets found out, it's done, isn't it? Really, like you can't do anything anymore.
It's extremely difficult for even the best defender to play inverted.
Yeah.
And look, Trent's not the greatest defender. And it's not like he's a crap defender. I think that's a myth as well. I think it's a myth that he can't defend.
It is a myth.
I just watched Kyle Walker at the Euros. I know, you know what I'm saying. But apparently Trent was the one who's going to let England down. You get Trent as that attacking up and down fullback.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many better in world football.
Do you know what it is? Jay and Frank? The problem with Trent in the last couple of seasons is like the issues they were facing is because they were the creative, spark for Liverpool in the past seasons. So now, like, they got marked out games, so they didn't look as as assured as they used to be. So this is why they had to like find a different role for him, like in order for him to create chances. But if you look at our team now, we've got creative players in the midfield. Salah creates goals as well, so we don't really need him, to invert anymore. Just play the way you used to. The concentration level of the other opposition won't be on him anymore because we've got the likes of Szoboszlai, McAllister, etc. in the midfield that could create chances now. I don't know if you guys disagree with that.
No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I thought that last season when you got McAllister there, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, you got Gravenberch come off the bench. You got players there that can pick that up. And if you need a ball runner, Gravenberch is a good ball runner when he's at his best. He looked like he was getting to fitness towards the end of the season, didn't he? He started putting a couple of good performances. McAllister.
been out the season before because
exactly. He barely played. Yeah,
and he was
exactly.
trying to keep up to match fitness.
Yeah, I think Gravenberch. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of these players next season under a different way of playing. We saw it in the behind closed doors game that the way Slot wants to play with his short, fast passing, these nice little triangles all over the pitch from front to back. It could. I think it helps on Harvey Elliott. I think that suits him. I love Harvey Elliott, man.
It's Judge Red. How about this comment here? I think we need three, a centre back, a DM, and a right winger. I'd be happy with that, especially with more Champions League games. Jamie.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know a lot of Liverpool fans who think we need a load of players. The core of the squad's there. If the three boys are staying and signing new contracts, you've still got a very good spine in your team.
Yeah,
you got Allison, you got Salah, you got McAllister, you got Trent. The spine's there, and you got players around it. And you got good squad players in that team as well. You just need to add a few pieces to the jigsaw, innit? Centre back and a DM, definitely. I think we might wait. Liverpool like buying wingers in January, don't they? So it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool get these 3 contracts done, sign a centre back and a defensive midfielder, and then maybe wait till January buy a winger, because I do think 6 forwards is too much. Because someone's not even going to make the squad, let alone anything else. So they might look at it till January and see because I do think if someone pays the money for Diaz, he's gone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So I just think they're going to wait on that. They're going to wait on that situation. I do believe that Anthony Gordon will join Liverpool eventually, though. I just think it will happen. He only signed he's only got 2 years left on his deal at Newcastle.
Yeah. So what you think about how though? Can I just bear this in mind about how wanting Szoboszlai as a part deal, but I want the Foz to answer this. About that three players, centre back, a DM, and a right winger. What about you? What would you prefer, Foz?
I don't. With the centre back, I agree 100%. DM, I've been fighting for the last couple of seasons. I said, if we had a DM last season, especially Caicedo, I know a lot of people talk about Caicedo the way he plays at Chelsea, but who plays well at Chelsea anyway? Everybody plays badly over there. Look at Kai Havertz last season. It's not the same Kai Havertz that was at Chelsea, is it? So I honestly think we do need DM just to release the rest of the players on the pitch. Let's just put it that way. Release them, let them be themselves. So he will clean up everything around the midfield area and cover 4 positions as well. As a centre back, obviously we lost Matip, so we do need a centre back, no doubt about that. Right winger, is Salah leaving? I don't think so. So we've got enough cover there at the moment. I'm not too bothered about right winger at the moment, but yeah, centre back and a DM, 100% we need. That's my full focus should be on that. A right winger. We wait, we wait like Jamie said, we could wait until January and then probably get someone in to help out Salah on the right wing, but I'm not too bothered about that side. Yeah, centre back and a DM is a must, 100%.
Okay, I've got to read this out. And it's Steve, you never walk alone. He says, K-Mac threw his toys out the pram because he did not agree with Frank JK opinions on all we've going on about the ground. K-Mac acted like a 5-year-old girl, not getting a Greg's sausage roll. And I've just read that out. You don't know what needs to answer that. That's all he said about him. And I want you to answer this, Jamie. Jamie, what's your opinion on FSG? Please stay or please go.
Look, everyone gets me wrong in this FSG shit all the time. I don't care, to be perfectly honest. I have always said it, behind the scenes commercially, they're very good. I don't think anyone can doubt that. Commercially, they're very good. But they're not ambitious enough on the transfer side of things. Simple as that. If they were more ambitious on the transfer side of things, I don't think anyone would have a problem with them.
No.
perfectly
I
honest,
said
because
that at the beginning of the show. I said exactly that. If
Because-
they were more, forceful
yeah,
with funding, for players that we need, they'd be great.
yeah, because commercially or behind the scenes, they're fantastic. I mean, no one can knock
5
that.
billion quid.
Yeah, I mean, how they build up clubs' values is excellent, but it's just if they just showed more ambition, like, and I don't even need, the Jude Bellinghams of this world. It's just that I said it a few years ago. The 2022 season when we were going for the quadruple after the bad year we had the year before, and I said it numerous times that something don't look right about Fabinho. He just don't look right. But everyone kept saying to me, Jamie,
I remember I was in your shows.
he's having a quality season. I was like, no, there's just something not right. He looks like his legs are gone. And then the following season, he like died. And it's just that's when I think, no matter who says what, right? I don't care if people say, oh, Klopp said he doesn't want no one. As owners, you've got to go, look, you might say this, but we can see the data's telling us that these players are dying on their arse. We understand what you're saying, but here's a midfielder, here's a player that we think you need, and hopefully you can integrate him in the next 12 months, and then we're a step ahead. That it does my head in. People think it doesn't. The problem is I don't bring it up every week on my shows because I just assume everyone knows the same. So I don't need to talk about it, sort of thing. So, but when I need to talk about it, I will. I've always said it. I will criticise anyone. I'll give anyone praise when it's deserved, and whatever they're doing. I said when Klopp left, when he decided to leave, I thought, to be fair, in my opinion, FSG were doing the right building behind the scenes to keep the club going after Klopp's exit. Because leaving someone the stature of Jurgen Klopp, I don't care what football your club you are, it's a massive hit on your football club, yeah? So you've got to build correctly to keep your club going in the right way. And I thought they did that behind the scenes. Now, when you do all that behind the scenes and you bring the new manager in, it seems completely pointless not to give him new players. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense. So that's where I stand on it. I'm not in or out or shake it all about. I'm none of that. I'm just like, there's parts of me.
It's
Parts of my
opinions.
life, parts of them I don't. And I just think they could be more ambitious at times. There
It's
is
all-
times where we're not ambitious enough for a club of our size.
Jamie, do you know why I talk about it? In a continuous basis. It's because we'll be here again next year. That's why. We'll be here again the year after that. And until they're here, we're going to be here again. Every year they've been doing this. This is why most of us are fed up, if you know what I mean, Jamie. It's nothing to do with, we're just bringing it up out of the blue. It's the same thing every year. Like I said to a lot of people, I'll see you next year because it's going to happen again. If they cared enough, Jamie, let me say something to you, bro. I don't have no issues with anyone. Like I said in my stream earlier, I love you guys, especially you, Jamie. You helped me out a lot when I came back as well. When I talk about FSG, bro, is something that's continuing that happened years ago. I was in that court when Liverpool was fighting for our lives. I mean, I was there, and they bought us after that and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And as time went on, bro, they got us out of bankruptcy. They put us in a steady ship and all that stuff. But when you're challenging for titles, Jay, and you're not buying to make you that much better in January's transfer window, you got to ask questions, bro. Because we miss on titles. We actually miss on titles because of their negligence. This is why I get angry. I mean, and nobody stands up for our club that much about that. I honestly think people forgot what this club is all about. This club is a winning team. If you keep using Bill Shankly quotes, then don't use it other than winning. If you care about this club, you got to start thinking about winning trophies, man. I mean, too many times, Jay. Too many times I did that, bro.
I agree. I agree, but I don't talk about it every week. This is the thing.
I know what you mean, Jay. I know 100%. But if someone in the chat says it, Jay, and I bring it up, I got to talk about it. That's how Frank is doing as well.
Listen,
people, I don't have a problem with Jamie. Like, Jamie's my guy. He's always been my guy. I mean, he could say whatever he wants about me. I'll have a laugh about it anyway. See, that's how I am. I
No
mean,
one's
that's
got
it.
any qualms against anybody, really. It's just all based
No, it's
on.
something off screen. It's nothing.
It's just like what
yeah.
Steve says here. If LFC had ambitious owners, they would sign a quality, that is, a centre back,
Yeah.
a left back, a DM,
Yeah.
and a striker
I don't know, you know.
for arm to win trophies. Over to you,
I'll answer that. Like, right, this is the thing with transfer. This is why I hate transfer season. It's just absolutely mad. Liverpool thought they did show ambition by buying a quality striker in Darwin Núñez. Let's be truthful here. When we signed him, I know a lot of Liverpool fans before we signed him said, "Let's get that Darwin Núñez fella." I know a lot of Liverpool fans did, and we showed ambition because if we do what we're meant to do under Darwin Núñez, his transfer
It should be
goes up to 100 million euros, which is 80 million quid. So that's ambition on a striker. Yes, it's not worked quite as what we thought at this moment in time, but we did show ambition and bought that striker.
Yeah.
Left backs. Look, we've got Robbo and Tsimikas at the moment, which are two left backs. Robbo has been one of the best left backs in world football while playing for Liverpool Football Club. Tsimikas I've never really rated, so I'll get it. But
he has his ups and downs, though, Jay.
He's good at sometimes, and
sometimes and he becomes rubbish. Yeah, I know.
Robbo's had injury issues, so do Liverpool need a new left back? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. A DM I agree with. I'm not going to disagree with anyone on the DM thing. I love Wataru Endo. He's my guy, but he's a perfect squad DM. He shouldn't be the starter. But as a squad defensive midfielder with his experience and stuff, and he's actually a pretty decent footballer, then he's perfect as a squad player, but he shouldn't be starting. So, yeah, there is ambitions need to be made. There's no doubt about it. I don't disagree with it. The thing is, I just don't. The reason I don't talk about it all the time because I just assume everyone agrees like entirely about the same thing. Yeah. Liverpool don't show enough ambition, but the problem is, say Liverpool sold up, FSG sold up tomorrow, and we got Saudis in, or we got state-owned club like Newcastle, wouldn't be able to spend any money. You know, Newcastle before the Saudis came in, never spent any money, right? And they spent a little bit of money the last couple of years. Now they can't spend any money. So, in the times we live in right now, is there any point in selling? Because you got to get people in that are just going to come in, and because Liverpool are big, they're going to spend big money on players, maybe get the 2 or 3 players in and spend over 300 million. And then all of a sudden, we get told because of PSR issues, you can't spend money anymore.
I think you've got to have the right manager as well, to be honest.
Yeah. And there ain't like who's the right manager nowadays. I personally think Arne Slot will do fine. I think it'd be really good. You know, he's obviously a very.
Do you think we're overreacted on him, Jamie? Like,
I went back because I didn't know anything about him.
Mate, he wasn't even in my top 5. Forget about top 10.
The only time I remember his name being mentioned is when Spurs were looking at him the year before.
I remember that. Yeah,
that's the only time I remember his name being mentioned. And when we went in for him, I was like, I don't. So I had to do my research, like everyone did. And I went back and I've watched a lot of his games in the Dutch league, and his AC Alkmaar team, you know, was put together with hardly any money. If COVID didn't come along, they could have won that league because they were on equal points. They were on equal when COVID hit. Them and Ajax were on level points. So Ajax had a better goal difference, and they scrapped the league. Then he went to Feyenoord, and he spent no money, and he won the league title and their domestic cup in the 3 years. Season, in the 3 years that he was there. So
I've just had a message. I've just had a message through, and it's breaking. And Liverpool are in talks right now with João Gomez.
Oh, I like him.
Wow,
the Wolves guy.
He's good.
He's a bloody good DM, you know.
I like him. Like, he's a busy midfielder. Yeah, I think he played in the Copa America, didn't he, for Brazil as well? I think it was a starting lineup. Yeah, he's good.
News is coming through about.
Is it coming through? Yeah,
now.
Let me check.
Yeah, news about Richard Hughes. He wants to sign a central midfielder.
There you go. You see, and we was worried.
Well, Richard, right, in the press conference, this is why I've been patient, by the way. Richard Hughes did tell everyone we'll do stuff in August.
He did actually.
He did literally say it. He said we'll do stuff in August. So that's why I've been patient.
I said the same thing, Jay, as well.
Yeah, Joe Gomez is the Wolves DM. He's very, very good, and he's very athletic, and he gets around the pitch,
and he gets goals as well. Yeah, he gets goals.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Joe Gomez, McAllister, Szoboszlai midfield.
Goodness gracious me!
Look at Frank. Look at Frank. Look at Frank. Frank's table just went up a few inches.
Oh yeah.
Big up.
It just come through. You must have heard the ping there. And Liverpool holds and talks with João Gomez, and it's just. Yeah.
That's a shock. Man. Never expected that. See, it's always the opposite. It's always the opposite direction to the player we're looking at, isn't it?
We always go for the player that we're not linked with.
Exactly.
That's it. You've said that loads of times, Jamie. You said that.
Always did say that. Yeah,
it's always the time. Like in the Michael, if you go always back to when Michael Edwards was at the club with Jurgen Klopp, it was always players that we were never linked with that we bought. Like remember when we bought Fabinho out of absolutely nowhere and no one knew.
I love that transfer, Jamie. I love that transfer. So I tell you why, because we lost the Champions League finals, I remember. And then straight away that came and we forgot about the Champions League finals.
We got Fabinho from Monaco. It's like, Jesus Christ. And then remember Jota from nowhere?
Yeah.
Even, to be fair, last year, Szoboszlai came from nowhere.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he
so
did.
We do.
The blue. You're right. But even McAllister, when let's be honest, when we were, the fingers are out for McAllister, no one thought that we'd get him.
No, we didn't. Because that's not the type of player that we get. You know what I mean? That's why people were shocked that we got him,
Exactly. And as Jamie said there, Szoboszlai out of the blue. Right, I don't like mentioning blue, but right out of But then again, and it's just this now, what's come through. João Gomez. And that'll be fantastic.
I'm impressed with that. I'm really impressed with that one.
It makes sense. Premier League proven can get going straight away. Doesn't need to, when we got I remember when we got Fabinho. No matter how he was world class, but remember it took him time, didn't it?
Yeah.
To get used to everything. João Gomez, he's just I've been here, done it. Let's go. So he's
athletic as well, Jay. He's athletic. That's what I like about him.
It's intelligent. That's an intelligent signing, when we got McAllister, I always say this, because people always say, I know people will say they wish we had Chelsea owners and the money they spend. I don't, but we bought Alexis McAllister for 35 million and found out he had a release clause of such a little amount and no one else knew about it. And Chelsea bought Enzo Fernandez for 105 million. Now, I'm not being biased here. McAllister's the far better footballer.
100%. No doubt.
And McAllister all day. So I've always said this, and unfortunately I've said it. I think I've heard him say it before as well. It's not about, we don't really care how much you spend. It's spending on the right player, and the right personality, and the right fit, and the right fit for your system. So João Gomez, not a lot of people might like this transfer because he's not the massive name, and people might say it's cheap or anything like that. But if he suits Liverpool and he improves Liverpool, then what's it matter? I don't care.
We was asking for a little ambition, innit, Jay? There you go.
Ambition is making the team better. It don't mean financially spending 500 million on crap.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Captain Chelsea's finally some good news. Trent signing a new contract.
Do you know what's mad, Frank? We've always talked about our wage structure at this football club, haven't we? Which, look, I don't actually mind our wage structure. I think we pay wages sensibly and not stupid wages for average footballers.
But we're the highest.
But we're about to get... Well, that's with bonuses included, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
But we're going to give Trent 300 grand a week. And Salah's already on 350. And I assume Virgil's going to get around 300 grand a week as well. All that tells me...
I'm being honest. I don't think he's worth 300 grand a week.
The problem is...
Who are you talking about, Frank?
Trent.
His performances recently, I agree. I think when we was winning, he was worth a lot more, to be fair.
Yeah, I think Liverpool have done it to themselves because
they've done it
he's
themselves.
got 12 months. He's got 12 months left in his deal, and
Well, he has to do something, didn't he?
so and I don't think he ever wanted to go to Madrid. I think what Trent did was sensible, and I think we'd all do it. So if you had a year left on your contract at a certain company, and there was another company that really wanted you and willing to spend whatever on you, you would use that other company to get a better deal for yourself, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And I believe that's all Trent's done. You know, Trent has said many times in interviews, just wants to go down as one of the greatest and legends that everyone talks about. Like they talk about Souness and Gerrard and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's got to get his money. He's got to get well paid. Good luck to him. And I hope
my granddaughter will be absolutely delighted because I said to her the other day, she's 12. She loves him, and she loves smoked salad. But she said, I said, Harry might be going to Spain, to Madrid. And she said, I don't want to be a Liverpool supporter there. I was saying, he was going, no chance. That's excellent news. And excellent news about Gomez as well. I think that's fantastic.
You see, all three of us agree with that one, so it's not a bad signing then if we get him.
Yeah, let's see any more. Brian, good shout out, Jamie, about the defensive shape, lad. We definitely would benefit from a lower block. Well said, lad. I've been crying out for this.
Yeah, we were just.
Someone agrees with you.
There's always one or two, Frank. There's always one or two. But it's. I just think I love Jurgen Klopp's risk-free reward football. It's the best football to watch for me on telly or in the stadiums or wherever you are. And that's why Liverpool are always on at 12:30, by the way, because we're entertaining to watch. But as a Liverpool fan, it just gives you a heart attack, don't it?
It did, man.
Yeah, but I just feel like I think apparently Slot is a little bit more defensive-minded than what Jurgen was on that way he sets up his team, which I'm fine with. I'm fine. I just think what Liverpool need to go back and doing is trying to win games 1-0.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal are very good. Yeah, Arsenal are very good at that. That's why Arsenal are getting closer to the league title in the last 2 seasons, because they're very good at having a defensive base where they can win a game 1-0 or a 2-0 and close shop. You know, Liverpool cannot, especially last couple of years, cannot go and win a 1-0 game and close shop. So, and I don't need my strikers to try and score 4 every game just to win the match. You know what I mean? No wonder they run out of steam at the end. So, yeah, maybe Liverpool are a bit more boring to watch next season, but we pick up a few more victories and have some more clean sheets, which if we're successful, I don't give a shit how we play, to be absolutely fair.
No, but as you said, and I've said it on many occasions, the Fozzie said it as well. We can score. We scored a goal. We score goals. It's just, we didn't score against Preston, but that's another story. But we score goals, and if our defence is better than leaking the goals that we did last year, it was shocking. It was really shocking, and coming back, from behind, and people were saying, "Oh, it was great, that wasn't it? We came from behind." We don't want to come from behind anymore. No. We want to go in and score first and go on and win the game comfortably. That's what I'd like to see. And Captain Selt says 3 centre-backs is a bit too much, but DM, left back, and a centre-back, in my opinion. And Steve Evans, he says, don't want Gordon, rather get that fella with the unspeakable name.
Kvaratskhelia. I understand that. Kvaratskhelia is a extremely talented footballer. Mm-hmm. He reminds me of Georgie King-Clancy. I don't know about anyone else.
Really?
Yeah.
I was a big fan of King-Clancy, man, but I don't know.
You know that.
They used to call him the Georgie Maradona, innit? But
you remember Georgie King-Clancy? He had that low sense of gravity, didn't he? And no one could knock him off the ball, and he could weave in and out on left and right foot.
Yeah,
extremely talented footballer. If he was around in this age now, he'd be like 100 million.
Yeah, 100%. He was that good.
But that's who he remind. I just don't know if Kvaratskhelia would. I don't know if the Premier League would suit him.
That's what I was just about to say, Jay.
He like if you ever
It's
watch,
too physical, this league, mate. It's too
yeah, if you
physical.
watch him play, he loves time and space on the ball.
Yeah.
He was excellent for Georgia in the Euros, because when Georgia play, they play with a lot of space.
Yeah.
You know, they give and team and they have. You know, I watched him play a lot in that Euros, and he always had time and space on the ball and like yards around him to do what he wanted. And in Italy, he gets that same freedom as well. I just worry about him in the Premier League, that kind of player. I just feel like he might get beaten up a bit, and you won't see that. You won't see the real. I don't think he's physical enough. And he's a better player than Anthony Gordon. Of course he is.
100%.
I think sometimes a player is better than another player, but that other player would suit you more, if that makes sense. That might sound absolutely weird, but sometimes
no, it sounds right.
Yeah.
Well, what about what Steve says there, saying Gravenberch into a DM? Any comments on that?
I don't think he's got the.
It's a good shot, by the way. It's a good shot, though, Jay. Like, if you think about it, he's good at gliding through games, isn't it? He's good on the ball, and he could turn players and all that stuff. But it's like you said, physically, is he gonna be good enough? That's another thing.
He does play like when you watch Gravenberch, he does pick up the ball in deep positions. He does like to play from a deep position, and that's his starting point. He likes to move forward with it. Yeah. I just don't know if he's got that mindset where. Does he know if a runner's what to do if a runner's going past? You know, you saw McAllister playing that DM role. He could do it, but he didn't have the defensive mindset of when players ran past him. And maybe that's the same with Gravenberch. But I like him in that deeper role, getting the ball and creating and moving from there. But you know, play him along. Like, if we get this João Gomez in, we've got so many options straight away. Yeah. You know, you can play Gomez and Gravenberch together in a double pivot and McAllister in a 10. Put McAllister in a double put Harvey Elliott in a 10.
I think it's going to be a big season for Szoboszlai as well, Jay. I think Szoboszlai has to do something this season. It can't be like last season, just drift away. I think he's going to have more responsibilities this season. I've got no doubt about that.
Yeah, I don't think, like me and Frank just said it, I don't think he played him really in his real position for Liverpool last year. You know, he did the job Klopp needed him to do because he didn't have the right defensive midfielder to come in, so he needed to do that job. But you know, he's best at left wing usually, and that floating. He sort of plays that floating 10 where he has he can go left and right and does what he wants. I've always said he's not a build-up player in midfield. You don't start the build-up with Szoboszlai, you end with Szoboszlai, don't you?
Yeah.
That's where you want him. So that's why this DM is so important. Just frees everyone up.
Well, Steve Evans says, no one's ever mentioned it for a few weeks, actually, a goalie to back up Ali if Kelleher goes, as well as a CB, centre-back and a DM.
I don't think Kelleher's going to leave, you know.
Do you think so, no?
I don't think anyone's going to pay what
he'll get a lot of games, you know, Frank. He will get a lot of games.
I think he's going to play all the FA Cup, League Cup games. Yeah. Because the Champions League is so much bigger this year.
Yeah.
That Ali.
Yeah, it is.
And Ali sometimes gets injured, doesn't he? He's not always fit in the season.
And also, you know, when they go on international games in the middle of the season, which just drives me mad, right? When Ali goes to South America for a couple of friendlies, Kelleher can play that Premier League game coming back. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that lets Ali rest. You don't need to emergency put him in. I just don't know if anyone's going to pay the price for Kelleher. And by the way, Liverpool shouldn't drop their price to Kelleher because he's a tremendous goalkeeper.
He was phenomenal last season.
Yeah, and if no one's going to pay it, we keep him. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Well, Brian says, hey, boys, we can only guess, but what do you all think about Jurgen's quote, I needed to leave? What do you think he was trying to tell us?
I don't know, to be fair. I mean, you can go down so many routes for this.
The big rabbit hole, isn't it?
Yeah, you can go through that. I mean, I'm just going to take the man for his word till he says anything else. So,
he won't say nothing.
So if he's going to say he's exhausted, he's exhausted and he doesn't want to be an old granddad and he wants family time, then I'm just going to believe that.
I've been told he left because of Edwards and Ward Now, don't forget, you can't deny this. Ward and the other fella, Edwards, walked out on Liverpool.
Yeah.
And to me, anyone who walks out of my fucking club does not come back.
Yeah, I
Does
hear that.
not come back.
You can argue that Klopp walked out in Liverpool too, though.
No, he walked out because they
Because of
came
them,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, but again, that goes just down. I'm not saying you're wrong or right. I'm just saying that goes down the whole conspiracy thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. We're never going to know because we don't know what happened behind the scenes unless Klopp writes his autobiography or whatever and he tells all of us everything. Again, I don't think it's ever going to come out.
I think that'll be the thing that he will when he
But-
actually says in an autobiography. To be honest,
I just feel like what is. I like listening to Jurgen Klopp when he doesn't talk about football, and I think that's how much of the man you know. So when he doesn't talk about football and he talks about politics or day-to-day life and stuff like that, Klopp, he looks like the sort of guy who doesn't want to hang about in management till he's old. He does look like the sort of guy who wants to have a family, enjoy family time, be a granddad. You know, how old is he? 50 odd. He's going to have a year out. Is he going to go for what jobs he going to get after that? It'd be interesting. He's a Liverpool ambassador now. He's part of the Liverpool Foundation as well. So he's sort of always going to be there, ain't he? So
why he won't say anything.
yeah,
That's
so
why
he's
he
going to be
won't
there.
say. See, one of the lads came on a few weeks, and he'd been to the the arena to see him, talking about Liverpool, talking about his time here. And he said, and I said, he's not going to turn around to thousands of people and say, this is the reason why I left.
There'll be a riot. There'll be a riot as well. There'll be a riot as well. Yeah,
there will be, and he don't like that. He will never do that. No.
The full quote of what he said there, what he says, what Brian said, the full quote was, I didn't want to leave, but I needed.
I need to leave.
That's the
that is a telling quote. But look, how long is he? Almost 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
In today's management, that is a heck of a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, would I like Klopp to stay? Of course I would have. I know people think I don't like Klopp. I don't know why people think that. Again, I just see things on two sides of a coin. I think there's negatives and positives to everything and everyone. Yeah, and Klopp did have negatives. People don't think he did, but he did. Of course he did.
We all say that.
He's human.
Yeah,
he's
everybody
human.
Says that.
So, because I say things like this, everyone thinks I hate Jurgen. I don't. Look, my two favourite Liverpool managers in the Premier League era are Jurgen Klopp and Gerard Houllier. They just are. You know, everyone else for me has been dog crap. And they're my two guys. I love them too. And Jurgen's the best.
What about Rafa?
Nah, I'm not a lover of Rafa.
No.
I love Gerard Houllier. Gerard Houllier all day. Nah, Gerard Houllier all day. Rafa won the Champions League with Gerard Houlier's team. He won it with Gerard Houlier's team. It just
I understand that, but
he wasn't even a good team to be fair.
A couple of quality players, though.
Yeah. And Gerard Houllier, look, the reason I love Gerard Houllier, when the Premier League first started, the Premiership or whatever you want to call it, back in 1992, Liverpool got left behind because they tried to do things the old way in the 70s and the 80s in the boot room and all that, and playing internally and that. And Man United went on the stock exchange and got more money than God at the time in that English football, and just bought their way through the Premier League. Man United fans might not like that, but you did. You bought your way through the Premier League. And Liverpool got left behind. And Gerard Houllier, like Graham Souness, he got rid of all the old guard and then brought in crap players like Torvin Picnic and stuff like that. And decided to get rid of Dean Saunders for absolutely no reason. And then Roy Evans came in and went back to the drinking culture, didn't he? He let the boys go out on weekends on the piss and all that, because he thought he was one of the boys, like it was the 70s, and it didn't work. And then Houllier came in and sort of like, he was almost like our version of Wenger. He changed everything, the culture of the football club, didn't he? Yeah. And he got us in the Premier League. He got us in the Champions League for the first time in the Premier League era. He brought through great players through the academy as well. I like this style of football. I like everything about him. I can see us progressing every year. And I think if he didn't have that massive heart attack and almost die, I think Ulier would have stayed on and done massive things. I love the guy. I love the guy. Rafa, the reason I love Rafa, don't get me wrong, it's just, I don't know how cold you can get over. Like, Rafa Benitez is the definition of cold, ain't he?
Yeah, no friends, man. No friends.
He did like, no one like.
He didn't like him. He didn't like nobody.
No, so I would have Klopp first, Gerard Ulier second, Rafa third in Premier League era for Liverpool management. No doubt about that. But yeah, Klopp's Liverpool's, look, he's probably in top 5 greatest managers ever for Liverpool. Now, Paisley will always be first because of what he did with the club. There'd be no Jurgen Klopp if it weren't for for Bob Paisley. Yeah. Then not Paisley, sorry, Shankly. Then Paisley with everything he won. Kenny Dalglish, what a player manager he was, and then Fagan had that year, and then
the original treble.
Then Klopp, the original treble, and then Klopp. So yeah, tremendous world class manager. He looks great now. He's got out of the game. He looks a lot younger all of a sudden,
more healthy.
And whatever Jurgen goes on to do, good luck to him. Because if he goes on to be a manager, I don't think he will. I think he's finished now. But yeah, good luck to him, man. One of the greats.
I was just, it wasn't about football. You wonder what those pigs were. I was expecting a massive wardrobe to be and they said, we bring us up. I said, I'm doing a show. So anyway, they went, they got back. Said, I've been sitting here on tenterhooks from 8 o'clock onwards. And they just sent me a text saying, we bring it tomorrow, carry on with your show. You don't know what I've been through today. Deliveries and everything. And you think he has a hard time. Oh, blimey. Anyway, as Steve says, hey Jamie, FSG can spend 300 million this summer and not break the fair.
Yeah, that's correct. But then next season we can't spend anything, or I'd have to sell one of them. That's just the rules of PSR, unfortunately. Like Newcastle, they spent 200 million and then they had to sell players they didn't want to sell. Look at Villa. Villa have done it very clever. They've sold players to other teams that are struggling, like Everton and Chelsea, and it's helped them out. And now they've gone and signed players. Villa are the team everyone's got to be looking at. They're the most ambitious club in the league at the moment. But apart from Villa and United, guys, apart from Villa and Man United, no one's really doing anything.
No
one. Man City bought a player, that's Slovenia, but they bought him a few months ago, didn't they? From Troy.
What do you think of that, Jamie?
It's dodgy as hell, Frank. It's dodgy. He was Troy's record signing, and he never played for them.
Exactly. It's money laundering.
And he never played for them. Yeah. And then he went on loan to Man City's second team, Girona, and then they got him really cheaply because, don't need it. It's dodgy.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
And this is why, the one thing I'll say about our owners, they need to be more ambitious, right? They definitely need to be more ambitious. But if City get done, Liverpool will probably get 3 Premier League titles handed to them. Which would mean in the FSG era, they would have won 4 Premier League titles, which is kind of mad if you think about it. The cheating that's going on, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Chelsea can sell their own hotel back to themselves. I mean, I don't like it. I hate where football's going with money. Yeah. I really hate. I think it's going too far now. It's got, Real Madrid. Do you remember when Real Madrid sold their own training ground?
Yeah.
Just so they can go and buy Kaká and Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got their training ground back because they got a loan. So basically, they spent nothing.
Well, what about what that Colossus said the other day? I don't watch football anymore because it's not the same, and that's what you're talking about. It's not the same. No matter what.
Okay.
No matter what, but as Steve says, Newcastle owners ain't splashing the cash this summer because they have hit their fair play thing, right?
Yeah.
Limit. When
That's
they
what I'm
came
saying,
in,
man.
they just flashed the cash.
But they got the richest owners in world sport, and they can't spend money.
Unlimited
Yeah,
money. Man.
like, what's the point of having an owner with unlimited money if you can't use it? But City can. Can anyone work that out? But City can. Yeah. It's not
I just
dodgy
want
at
to
all,
see
is
what's
it?
going to happen in November. To be fair, Joe. I just want to see.
If they get, I think
if they don't get anything, then football's finished, man.
if they get
can't
away
be
with
arsed
it, Fozzie, if they get away with it, I think all the other teams will protest, and I think it could be a split. We could have a split away league through this, where teams are getting fed up with it. I mean, you look at Nottingham Forest, Everton getting points reductions, for going like 5 million over limit. Was it 9 million for Everton? That's all they went over.
Yeah, something
They're trying
like
to build a new stadium. They went 9 million over the budget. But City got all these charges against them, all these dodgy dealings, fake sponsorship. Etihad Airways bought Aguero.
Sponsoring themselves, basically, yeah.
Yeah, Etihad Airways bought Aguero. And who's the owner of Etihad Airways? The owner of Man City.
Man City. He couldn't make that up. He just couldn't make it up, mate.
How do you... It's balmy to me. Look, there's always been rich. There's always been money in football. Liverpool in the 70s were richer than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 80s,
the right to be there
because we earned it. Because obviously we had a billionaire owner family. The Moors, like they were billionaires, but
they were half owners. They owned the club fully in 1991, but everybody thinks like they owned the club fully, but they didn't. It was half owners. They had shareholders, didn't they?
Yeah, like they were like 48% shareholder or something. That someone was 52, if I remember rightly, and then they bought the rest of the shares up. But Liverpool spent money. I think in the early Premier League years, I think a lot of people forget Liverpool spent heavily.
We did.
We just spent.
We bought like Collymores, and we was breaking records. We was actually breaking records on transfers.
Collymore. Phil Babb was a record, if I remember rightly.
John
Collymore was a record. John Scales. Yeah, I'm just going through really terrible players.
That was a terrible team, man. Why did they bring it up, man?
Actually, to be fair, Stan Collymore should have been amazing.
Yeah.
Stan
you know what? The issue was with him, Jay.
He had his own demons.
Yeah, he had his own demons. Not only that, he didn't even live in Liverpool. He lived, I think, still in Nottingham. So he had to travel all the way down for one training session a week. That's taking the piss, that.
So the middle of the country to the northwest. That's not a nice drive.
Nah,
that's mad. That, yeah, he had his own demons, Collymore. If he
what a player, though.
He would have been special.
I'll never forget his debut against was it Blackburn when he hit that left foot?
Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday, that's it. Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
we always played Sheffield Wednesday at the beginning of the season at one time, didn't we? It was always the game.
Chris Waddle, John Sheridan. I don't remember that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, good times when football was football.
Now there ain't no football left. Yeah, but yeah.
What do you reckon's going to happen with Darwin, guys? Do you reckon he gets banned?
No one else, probably, yeah.
I hope not, because that happens over there. I'm not bothered about international getting a ban for that, but not here. Not here. Yeah. I think it'll be wrong.
Hopefully, if he does get a ban, it's just international and not worldwide. I think when Suarez bit Chiellini, he got a worldwide ban, didn't he, for 6 months?
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they don't do that. But look, it's madness. It's absolutely madness. But I hope that Darwin's a nutter.
Well, but where do you stand with that, Jay? Like, did you agree what he did?
I'm 50-50 on it, if I'm being fair. Okay. I am very 50-50 on it. If fans, if a footballer was egging on fans and calling them names and they invaded the pitch, and they hit a player, we'd all say that fan should be banned for life, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Because he's invaded the players. Like, I know he said he was protecting his wife and kid, but when I watched the video footage, he actually climbs past his wife, don't he, and starts throwing hands, and then his wife is standing there with the phone filming it and then flipping the bird to the fans. So it's not a good look.
No.
I can understand why he did it, because the players shouldn't have had to do it. It's disgusting what happened. And this is the problem when we come to the World Cup in the United States. They got to get it in their heads that you can't put football fans together that don't support the same team.
No.
You know, you can't put a Uruguayan and Colombian fan next to each other in the stand. This is madness. What you're doing here?
You're asking for trouble straight away.
This ain't New York Jets versus Buffalo Bills or whatever. You know what I mean? This is passion. You can't do that sort of stuff. So it's 50-50 because I don't think players should ever go into the stands. Yeah. And also, I don't think fans should ever come onto the field into their workspace either. But the organisation and the security
was poor, mate. It was poor.
Was so bad. It was unreal. It was so. The only thing I think Darwin did really wrong was trying to throw the chair at the end.
Yeah. That's
the only thing I think he did wrong because I know the security guards basically saved him by pushing the chair down. It's funny though, ain't it? The memes going around saying that he even missed the chair shot, which is just it's just a bit out of order. But no, big up Darwin. I love Darwin's passion. I'm going to say this about Darwin. He's got immense passion.
He's got a big season, mate, coming.
But he needs, I think, if he doesn't improve his goal rate this year, that'd be it. He'd be gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, I totally agree there because, you know, as you says about passion, he's got loads of passion. And you know what? Nothing deters him, you know. He still carries on.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to get down.
I like that. That's what I like about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bar, the post and everything. Do you remember when he hit the post, when he took that penalty that he was against? But he still carries on trying to, you know, score. But I just wanted to, you know, look at the offside line because he kept getting calls offside constantly. Which is, so what about this? Newcastle has not splashed the cash. Says taps here. Newcastle has not splashed the cash. They spent wisely and got some really good players that they can sell a few for 100 million each. And carries on by saying, still remember when earlier says we were 10 games away from greatness. Still gives me goosebumps. We won them all. We won all them cups that year and missed out on the league by a few points.
Oh. Yeah, it was a great season, that was.
It was, man.
Yeah, that is a question. Jamie, would Julia have won the Champions League in 2005 at Rafa?
Never going to know, are we? That's the problem. Never going to know.
Don't forget, he has one of the greatest midfielders we've had. That was Xabi Alonso.
Oh,
he came into that team.
I think one thing I will say about Rafa, I think his eye for talent was very good. He had a good eye for talent. You know, obviously Xabi Alonso, not a lot of us knew about him beforehand. Now he's like one of the great midfielders people talk about now. Who was the other guy? Garcia, great little player. You know, Fernando Torres. Steve Finnan at right back. Great player. You know, putting Carragher as a centre back. He had a great eye for talent, Rafa, in my opinion. He always has done wherever he's managed.
But what was the problem with you, like, against him, Jay? What did you like? Just the way
he was just a dead fish, wasn't he? That was a dead fish. It was just so cold, man. Like you got Gerrard there saving you game after game, and he's just like, oh man, God, just show a bit of enthusiasm. And when we scored a goal, what did he do every time we scored a goal? He looked at his watch.
Yeah. Little thumbs up afterwards.
Yeah, it's like, Rafa, come on, man, just run a little bit.
Cheer up,
show
man.
Me something.
Celebrate.
Show me something. You look like you don't want to be here, but obviously it's just the way he is. He's like that everywhere he's ever been. So it's just he doesn't feel like he needs to have a relationship with players. He's just that sort of manager.
Yeah.
But great guy though. Don't get me wrong, great coach.
Should have won the league in 2008, 2009 season.
Says, boys, if City win the other case, that means state sponsorship for them. Football is finished.
Yeah, so if they win that case with sponsorship, that means the likes of City, Newcastle, Chelsea, because everyone forgets Chelsea are actually Saudi owned. They're not. It's not Bowley actually owns the club. It's Clear Lake who are Saudi owned. That's why they're able to spend so much money. Them three teams especially, it's over. No one will be able to compete.
But I tell you what people are afraid of. You know, well, not afraid, but they're concerned. I'll tell you what it is. And no matter how you look at it today, all right, well, they're in talks with this Gomez lad. We're standing still. And all you're getting is like rumours and rumours and rumours. And we're standing still while, look at Man United. They stole 2 players off us. I don't care what anyone says. They stole 2 players off us. And, the other teams are buying. They're strengthening because what they're buying very good players. And this is where we're just standing still. And this is why the lads have been saying it. You've even been saying it, Jamie, and you've been saying it, saying it, folks. And I've been saying it. We do need recruitment, but we need recruitment of top quality.
Yeah,
that's all that I'm saying. And that'll be made up if we brought in at least 2 players. One, a centre back. A defensive midfielder, and a left-sided centre back. That's what I need. Well, you don't have to agree,
No, I was
No.
taking in what you're saying. You are right.
Yeah.
Like, it's that, look, the ambition, it needs to be shown more. I totally agree. And as we are all alluding on there, and many people in the chat as well, we don't need a rebuild. We don't need that many.
No.
We just need the players that we can all obviously see that we just desperately need, and that's a centre back in the DM. And we've got very good. Well, we've got a very good. Look, this squad.
The squad ain't that bad, is it? Really?
The squad is a very, very good squad. If you add a quality DM to this squad, it changes the whole aspect of our team. You
changes the whole dynamics, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if you add a centre back that can cover for Virgil, it means Virgil gets rest. I mean, Virgil plays every week,
every game, mate,
and he's burnt out, and that's why.
Jamie, do you see what, and Frank, do you see what Man City do with their players? They rest them, and at the end of the season, when there's about 10 games to go, that's when they bring them all on, and look, they do that on a regular basis every season.
Same with Arsenal. Same with Arsenal last 2 years. That's why our injuries took their toll towards the end of the season. We were knackered, and City and Arsenal could go up a gear because they were fresh. And also, if you look at the injury record from last season, I think City and Arsenal had one of the best. They keep their players very fit. They don't get injuries. Yeah. And I think injuries really ruined Liverpool last year, especially towards the end of the season, because, when the first team player got injured and then his replacement came in and then he got injured, you're left with kids, and that can only take you so far. So, if our fitness can improve as well, and we get them 2 players in, and then other guys sign their contracts, I think we're in for a good season. It's still the unknown. We can't sit here and pretend we're not in the unknown, because for the first time in 8 years, we've got a totally different manager that none of us really know about. But we're all, I don't know about you, I can't speak for you two, but I'm liking what I'm hearing and seeing from him so far, especially the inside training stuff and the way he talks and that. So there's things that I like about him, but we're in the unknown as well. We're just in the unknown, and that's why I can't wait for the season to start. I just want to see how we go. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's I think even Paul Turner says it's always a waiting game at Liverpool when the transfer window is open. And we all know.
But the thing is, it's understandable for now, isn't it? If you think about it, Frank, it's new coaches. There's new executives everywhere and all that stuff. So it's understandable. The waiting game for now. The transfer window is still open until end of August. So we're waiting it. The recruitment team is in place and everything like that, and we'll see what happens after that. Because I think we're prejudging too much. The last thing we want to do, guys, is buy panic buys, right or not?
Yeah, exactly.
If we buy panic buys, then we're in trouble, man.
Do you think, though, because I know a lot of people have been saying this, like a lot of players have already left, good players already leaving this transfer window, or we're missing out on them players. And I said this in my video earlier. Do you think, though, that the guys behind the scenes already know the players they're looking at and no one else is looking at them players, so they're still at their clubs at the moment? Like, they got players in mind already that they know what they want to go with. So, because look, Liverpool always get linked to absolutely everybody, don't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Every day there's a different link to a different player. We'll talk about it because it's our job. You know, we talk about rumours and all that. But I don't legitimately think we are linked to these players. And then when that player leaves to another club, everyone goes, "Oh my God, we've lost another player." And I'm like, "Yeah, but were we actually linked to that? Do we actually want that player?" Like Max Weaver went to Brighton, right? And I remember when everyone was talking about Max Weaver going to Brighton, he came from finals. Slot already knows him.
Yeah.
Why have we let him go to Brighton? And I was thinking that, why have we let him go to Brighton? He's a £30 million player who's not very expensive in wages. If Liverpool actually wanted him, they would have gone and got him.
And Slot knows him as well.
Yeah. So, and Slot's probably looking at him thinking, I'm at a bigger and better club now. He was good for that level. I need a different level of player. So, and if he was that great, I don't think he would have gone to Brighton from Feyenoord.
Nah, no chance, mate. 100% right, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my delivery, man.
That was
my delivery, man. So they're just giving me a time for tomorrow.
Frank, you have a lot of delivery men coming to you, you know.
Honestly, I've been up in the air, and I've got act as well, Jamie. I can't get on Facebook. I can't get in on Instagram. I can't get on.
I heard someone took all your Meta, because it's all Meta, ain't it? It's all owned by the same company, ain't it?
Oh, sure. I can't do anything. They suspended me for the. I hardly go on Facebook. I'm being honest.
Facebook
died a long time ago.
Facebook accounts, Frank, get hacked all the time. I think it's like one of the easiest social media things to hack. Facebook, everyone.
Instagram, and Instagram suspended me, which connected to.
Yeah, because your Facebook and Instagram's connected, ain't it? So did you just change your password? Just change password.
Well, Jason's going to work on it now. The producer, because I'm useless, and we've been trying all bloody day, if you know what I mean. And they want all proof and everything else. And when we said, I've been hacked, but I've said I've been hacked. It just goes away and it comes back with the same bloody question, and that's it's just shocking what's happened to me. Really,
most of the time you get it back. They don't want nothing in particular off your thing either.
That's why. Say like you and the fellas there, sending you out this Bitcoin thing and saying that me, this is supposed to be me. Getting all these hundreds of thousands of pounds or dollars or whatever it is. Now, listen, Jamie, if you want to get in on the act, send me £500 and you'll have this by next week and all that. That's what they're doing. In my name.
It's crazy.
Oh, I've seen people do that before.
Well, anyway, listen, Scottish Bear. Jamie is spot on with the injuries with Liverpool. Rodri missed 3 games and lost them all. Hopefully, our injuries. Would you like Rodri, by the way? Because he wants to leave, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's no chance.
No, I'm just saying, would you like? I'm not saying,
for me, he should win the Ballon d'Or this year. I think he should win. I think he should win the Ballon d'Or. I don't know if there's any better player in him in the last 12 months.
They might say Bellingham, innit? They might say that.
He's such an overrated player. It's unreal.
You still don't like him, Jamie? Yeah.
I think. Look, here's my thing about Jude Bellingham. It's always has been. I think as a footballer, he's quite basic, right? I think he's a power and pace player. That's what he is. But he's got elite mentality.
Yeah.
He's got elite mentality. I actually think Phil Foden is a better footballer than Jude Bellingham is, but I think Bellingham is so clutch, it's unreal. That's what he is. He's clutch. But if you look at him as his game is about power.
He's got deficiencies in his game as well, Jay.
He has.
Things are not right.
He has, but his PR is amazing. There's no doubt about it. His PR.
Well, according to Steve here, Arne tried to sign Weaver. It was too late to as you have to do. He agreed to join play. I think that's good loyalty. That if if a player agrees to join someone and some other team.
I'm telling you right now, if Liverpool came in for him and with his old manager, and he was apparently going for Brighton, and Liverpool came in for him, he's changing his mind. Do you remember that guy who was meant to sign for Coventry? Went and did the signing, and then an hour later signed for Real Madrid.
Who was that?
Do you remember that player? I can't remember his name now.
Where
But
was
he
he from?
literally, I can't remember where he came from. He went to Coventry. He was in the Coventry shirt. He was about to sign the contract and all that. No, or he did his he did
Is this-
and he did his medical and he was about to sign for Coventry and Real Madrid came in and he changed his mind and went to Real Madrid. It's like when
What's
Willian
wrong now?
Mikel did that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mikel did that, the Nigerian player. He did that
And-
with Man
and-
United,
and-
didn't it?
and
Was
Willian
that
did it with
years ago,
Spurs.
Jamie was talking about? Was that years ago?
Yeah, it was like mid
It
2000s.
wasn't Cunningham, was it?
Can't remember his name.
Cunningham.
It was the mid 2000s, was it? I think it might have been a
Oh,
Moroccan.
no. This is
Might
in the
have been a Moroccan footballer. But yeah, he was meant to sign for Coventry. He went to Madrid, and I think Willian done the same thing. He was at
Yeah.
Spurs for a medical, weren't he? And then an hour later, he signed for Chelsea.
Steven Gerrard spoke to him as well, and people don't know that, William. And he
Yeah.
said his family wanted to London, didn't they? And
Yeah.
that's why he couldn't come. That's sad. He would have been great at Liverpool.
Do you think we will get someone in this summer? Liverpool vlogs, he's just joined us. Or an RFSG being tight and telling yes, man, it's their slot to get on with it, but what he has for the season.
No, we will buy 2 players. I think it'd just be 2. I didn't expect us to have a massive summer anyway.
Well, the Scottish bear says Rayford is a poor man's Curtis Jones. Not good enough. That's what he said.
Okay,
Remember the fiasco with us on Lee Boyer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We almost bought Lee Bowyer. Almost bought him.
What a shame.
He was great. Yeah.
And, do you remember when we almost bought Tim Flowers as well?
Yeah, Tim Flowers, the goalie, yeah.
Because there's video footage of Tim Flowers in Melwood training, ain't there?
Yeah.
on a trial, and we decided not to sign him. Thank God.
Yeah. And he was good. No, but he was good for their Blackburn, though, wasn't he?
Won the
Yeah,
Premier League, didn't he? Yeah.
International.
He went from Wimbledon to apparently Liverpool. We didn't pick him up, and he went to Blackburn, didn't he?
Oh,
Listen, boys, I'll have to end. I've got to send off a thing to this.
Oh, you need your delivery men, don't you, Frank?
Steve Evans were like that when you mentioned about the thing going higher. He said Frank's been on his 3 pills again. Over this goal, man. It's been a pleasure, boys. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Now, I also we almost signed Fekir, another fiasco.
Well, if his brother didn't get involved asking for more money, we would have signed him.
There's a video in the archives, isn't it?
I like Fekir. But what the excuse was, what we gave out, was that he was injured and he played all that season. They were
worried about a knee injury, weren't they?
Yeah.
They called out his medical, but I don't think they wanted to go like, no, his brother basically asked us for more money and we weren't going to pay it.
And the vlog says, great show for the last 2 minutes. That's
a bit harsh.
Jamie, thank you so much.
I think you only joined 2 minutes ago.
No, that's right.
Thank you, sir. And the Fuzz, thank you.
Anytime, mate. Anytime.
Half help me out, boys.
No worries. Anytime.
I saw you there on your Todd and I thought I'll jump in.
That'll do, mate. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you so much, the Fuzz.
No worries, mate. Anytime,
the lads on there, they kept it going. They kept it going. And Paul Turner says, great show, Frank. Best wishes, Jamie and Fuzz.
Big up, Paul.
Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, boys. Thank you so much. And see you soon, boys? Thank you.
Take care, guys.
I've got a show tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, but it's not about football. It's not about history. I'd love you to join me. It's about the what's going on in the world today. I have 2 good guests on. And if anyone...
Oh, I like political stuff.
Yeah.
you might not like my political takes though.
No. This is fantastic. This is going to be good. It's going to open people's eyes actually. And I'll just say, so if you can join me all, on
I love
tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and on Thursday we've got the football show, usual time, 8 o'clock, and more argument, more shouting, and more everything. And let's see who we sign. Okay, thank you so much, boys.
No worries. Take care, everybody.